Vatic Ventures Corp. is a potash exploration company focused on the Korat Basin in Thailand, the world's largest undeveloped potash resource. Vatic's management has extensive potash exploration and development experience in Thailand. Vatic will have marketing advantage compared to Western producers. Drill program commences this spring. Vatic trades on the TSX Venture, symbol VCV, and on Frankfurt, symbol V8V2. Visit our website, vaticventures.com.
You're listening to HowStreet.com radio, available online at TalkDigitalNetwork.com. Welcome to HowStreet.com radio, the online source for market opinions. Here is Jim Goddard.
My guest is Mike Swanson, editor of WallStreetWindow.com. Welcome back to the show, Mike.
Oh, it's great to talk with you. This is an interesting time in the markets, definitely.
The NASDAQ setting new records again. What's behind all that?
Well, that's actually what's got my most attention because that's what's leading, obviously. And most markets around the world are lagging. Many markets are, in fact, in bear markets, and I define that as a market below the 200-day moving average, and that average is trending down, acting as resistance. That's going on in the emerging markets right now. There's emerging market ETF, EEM, that makes that obvious. It's happening in China and elsewhere. And even the United States, the Dow is not even up, but about 1% year to date. The New York Stock Exchange is the same situation. And most stocks are underperforming, even that, meaning they're even down for the year. And we saw the market have a pullback, of course, in January. And, most stocks are going sideways and drifting. But as you mentioned, the NASDAQ, made a new high, and we got to figure out what's going on there. And the thing is, there's 5 stocks in the NASDAQ that have gone up so much that they are basically pushing the entire index up. So, for example, there's something called the NASDAQ 100, which people, the QQQs, which people trade a lot in the United States, and it's made up of 100 stocks, sort of like the Dow 30 is 30 stocks. And the funny thing about it is 5 stocks now make up half of this index. And the reason that's happened is because those 5 stocks have gone up so much that they alone are now make up that much of it because it's a market weighted index. Now, those stocks are Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Google, and Microsoft. And this type of situation where a few winners are doing everything is typically what you see in the 9th inning of a bull market. So if you go back to October 2007, in the final top of the last bull market, the same thing happened. In fact, I know 2 of the stocks are Amazon and Google. There was 5 stocks at that time too. I don't remember what the other 3 were, but they were tech stocks. And when those stocks topped out in October 2007, they had earnings reports and sold the news that week of the final top. That was basically the end of the bull market. And I'm on guard now for something similar to that happening. And it could happen now, this month. If not, then I think we'll have to look at it happening in October. But last week, Microsoft reported earnings that gapped up big and finished on the low of the day. And today, Google is doing this. It had a huge gap up and it's trading on the low of the day. Tomorrow, Facebook reports in the close. Thursday, Amazon. So I'd be very curious to see how those stocks act. And the last time we saw the market really drop, which was a 20% drop from July 2015 to the first quarter of 2016, this is exactly what happened. These stocks made peaks on their earnings reports, and the actual top coincided with Facebook reporting earnings the day after the Fed did in the summer of 2015. So really watching to see what's going to happen with Facebook and Amazon, on Wednesday and Thursday, and how the market acts to it, really. by the end of the week.
We'll have more with Mike Swanson right after the break.
Hi, I'm Douglas Mason, President and CEO of Rainy Mountain Royalty Corp., RMO, on the TSX Venture Exchange. Rainy Mountain's Brunswick property is located in the Rideout Shear Zone in Ontario, with grab samples running as high as 32 grams per ton gold. A follow-up drill program to test numerous targets located by recent groundwork is planned for early 2018. Please visit our website at rmroyalty.com.
Cypress Development Corp's flagship lithium project is located just east of Albemarle's Silver Peak mine in the heart of Clayton Valley, Nevada. A 12-hole exploration drill program for lithium-enriched claystone on Cypress's 100% controlled properties is now underway. Cypress Development Corp trades on the TSX Venture Exchange, symbol CYP, the pink CYDVF, and on Frankfurt's C1Z1. For more information, please visit our website, cypressdevelopmentcorp.com.
Welcome back. We're speaking with Mike Swanson. Mike, some U.S. companies say their expected profits have dropped because of tariff activity. And do you expect more companies to say they're getting pounded by tariffs?
Well, there's an article in the Wall Street Journal about 3 weeks ago about the tariffs. And first of all, I gotta say, I think the tariffs are real. I think, we've heard talk this summer, they're a negotiating tactic, and, they're just Trump's doing this to get countries to make deals with other countries. And I don't really think that's true, because the person creating the tariffs is, in his administration, and he used to be the trade lawyer for Wilbur Ross, and he stated that he wants these tariffs to be permanent as a way to do a new industrial policy. So I think this is all really going to happen, and the sort of wishful thinking that it's just, people are going to cave into this is wishful thinking. That said, though, in the Wall Street Journal a couple weeks ago, there's a story saying that world trade is actually already slowing down. In fact, the global yield curve is inverted, which is a sign that there's a global recession looking to start within the next 6 to 12 months. There's been stories that shipping companies are reporting drops in the amount of goods that they're carrying across the ocean already. So I think we're seeing signs of a slowdown already in world trade without the impact of tariffs. And the Wall Street Journal article is saying that this tariff situation is really probably going to, it will slow things down even further, but it'll just be, a small result or a negative impact on what is to come. But it will be felt, by certain people that are unlucky to be in the spots in, running companies or working for companies being hit by them. In the United States, Harley Davidson made headlines saying they're going to have to lay off people, move a factory overseas. But just today, there's a story that Trump is looking to do a $12 billion bailout of farmers in the Midwest that are growing beans and stuff. So that's going to be, taxpayers will pay for it, either through higher taxes or inflation one day down the road. So there's all kinds of, there's no positive, I don't see any positive economic effects to this, and I can say that, but I think the overall negative impact economically might be a little bit, exaggerated, but it's still not a good situation.
We'll have more with Mike Swanson right after this.
Media recognition from Bloomberg, Reuters, recycling trade publications. Patented process for 100% recovery of critical metals, including cobalt, lithium, nickel, manganese, aluminum. American Manganese is focused on recycling lithium-ion batteries for electric vehicles. American Manganese trades on the TSX Venture, AMY, the US, AMYZF, and Frankfurt 2AM. For more information, visit AmericanManganeseInc.com or phone me, Larry Ray, at 778-574-4444.
Don't miss out. Stay informed. Receive the HowStreet.com weekly recap with thought-provoking podcasts, radio, and articles delivered to your inbox. Sign up for the HowStreet.com weekly recap on our homepage at HowStreet.com.
Welcome back. We're speaking with Mike Swanson. Mike, what do you feel is going to happen in the energy sector?
Well, I'm concerned about the commodity complex in general because we have seen agriculture commodities just collapse in the past 3 months, and it's carrying over into some of the metals markets. Copper is dropped, silver has dropped down. The CRB index is now below the 200-day moving average. It's down about 5%. Roughly from where it was in May, and oil. And the question I think is, and I'm not sure the answer is, why is this happening? And part of it can be contributed to the dollar rallying, and also to this apparent slowdown that's going to come in the global economy. And I think that hasn't impacted energy prices yet, but I think it probably will. Oil has had a nice rally this summer. It was trading at around $60 a barrel and went up to $74 a barrel this July, and now it's $68. But on this rally, the commercials in the oil futures market, they have amassed a massive record position. It was a record-sized position back in May. And this is not to say oil is going to crash, but I do think we're likely to see a pullback at least into the end of the year, which is actually seasonally what oil tends to do. It tends to make a peak in June or July in the summer driving months and pull back into the end of the year and in the first quarter. And it looks like that's what the overall commodity complex is looking like. The agriculture commodities are very unusual because historically they're like at record low prices, but they made new lows. So I think one day we're going to see these things really turn around and begin new bull markets. But it looks like we're having one final bear leg down with agriculture commodities in an overall, that weak sentiment might drive down other commodities for, a couple months or so.
Mike, thank you so much for chatting with us.
Oh, great talking with you.
My guest has been Mike Swanson, editor of WallStreetWindow.com. If you have any questions for Mike or any of our other guests, you can send them to info@HowStreet.com. I'm Jim Goddard. Thanks for listening.
Comments made on HowStreet.com radio are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any matter whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Available online at TalkDigitalNetwork.com. HowStreet.com radio is a production of HowStreet Media Incorporated.